Hey guys, it's Alexandra. So I'm finally going to be filming my explanation video. If you guys follow me on my social media networks, you kind of have an idea of what happened and what's been going on with me lately, why I haven't been posting. Even the last couple of months, I've been posting sometimes very frequently, like 3 times a week, and then I'll post one time and I wouldn't post for 2 weeks. So I'm kind of here explaining that to you all. Basically, as you could tell by the title of this video, yes, I did get my organ removed, and yes, I did have surgery. So you guys are like, oh my god, Alexandra, in the course of this whole year, you've had 3-4 surgeries. Yeah, I think this is my 11th surgery. So before I get into why I had the surgery, what I had it for, all that stuff, first I just want to say thank you so much to every single person for the super nice wishes, for really understanding why I haven't been posting and just being very patient with me. I appreciate it so much, and I love you guys so much. So thank you, and thank you for clicking on this video because you guys care, and that really means a lot, and I really do appreciate it. And I'm not filming this video so the comments can be filled with oh my gosh, she wants attention, oh my gosh, whatever. I know people will write stupid shit. I'm not making this video for people to feel sorry for me. Things happen in life and I learn to accept them, and I am just very thankful that I'm alive and I'm healthy and everything's great. So let's backtrack to January. I woke up one morning and I had a very strong pain in my stomach, abdomen area. I didn't know what it was from. It was a pain I never had before. I thought that I was gonna throw up. Maybe I didn't. The pain kept getting worse and worse. I woke up around 4 a.m. It was January 17th actually, to be exact. I woke up at 4 a.m. and I couldn't sleep. By this time it's 7. The pain is very bad. I go to get out of my bed so I can go tell my mom, and I faint in the hallway. So I'm like, alright, this is pretty bad. My mom takes me to the emergency room. We go there. They have no idea what's going on. The pain is absolutely excruciating. I can barely walk. I'm crying. It's bad. And I have a pretty high pain tolerance. I'm good with the needles. I go to the doctors pretty often. I've had surgeries before and stupid shit. So this I was like, wow, this is pretty bad if I'm crying. As I said, we went to the hospital. We went to a close by emergency room. It's not the best hospital, and we didn't think that it was anything bad. We thought that it had something to do with my esophagus because when I was little, basically my esophagus wasn't connected to my stomach, so I had 6-7 surgeries to connect that. I ate through a tube the first year of my life, and that tube was closing where the esophagus met my stomach or whatever, so they had to dilate it to open it so I don't choke and die and I could actually eat food again. So, every time I would eat, I would take a bite out of a cookie and I would have to drink because it would get stuck in my throat. So I was having a dilation in February, March, and we thought that it had something to do with that. So we go there, nothing's they don't know what's going on. So they do different tests, they do a CAT scan, they do all these different things because they don't know what is going on and the pain is not going away. So at this point we've been there for about 4 or 5 hours and I'm getting very frustrated because nothing's happening. I haven't eaten, and when you go to the emergency room and you have to get tests done, you obviously can't eat or drink, so I'm starving at this point. It's 12, 1 o'clock, nothing. We finally go in for testing, and then they come back around 3 o'clock and they're like, you got stones in your gallbladder. And I'm like, what? I'm 17 years old, how is that even possible? Last time I checked, people get stones in their gallbladder if it's genetics or if they're obese or if they're very unhealthy eaters. I'm not the world's unhealthiest eater. I am healthy for, my weight is perfect for my age. I'm obviously not obese, and nobody in my family has that. People in my family had kidney stones, but nobody had gallbladder stones, so we're like, what the heck? But anyway, so I'm freaking out, and I saw a little bump on my stomach, and I'm not exaggerating this, I really did. And they said my gallbladder was about 3 times the size of its normal, the average size gallbladder. And I'm like, that's huge, 3 times the size, imagine. So the lady who's reviewing over the results was you need to have immediate surgery within 72 hours or you have a chance of dying, or you're losing your liver and dying, and dying. And I'm like, so at this point I'm freaking the fuck out. I'm freaking out. Let me tell you guys, I'm freaking out. So she tells me if I don't have the surgery in 72 hours, I could have a lot more complications, and I had other little stupid things, my vitamin D wasn't correct, I had low iron levels, which I was already fixing. At that point, due to all the surgeries, I had other stupid little complications or whatever. So now I'm like, no, there's no way I'm having my surgery in this hospital. And they're like, you need to stay here overnight. We need to give you the medication. Like, you're not leaving. Like, we're not letting you leave. And you can't really technically leave unless they release you, because God forbid something happens. You could leave, but God forbid something happens, they could sue you because you left. Whatever, it's like this whole big deal. And I'm like crying at this point. I'm like, there's no way I'm having surgery in this hospital, and there's no way I'm staying here 5-6 days. They were telling me how I need to stay here like 1 day for prep for medication, 2 days this, 2 days. My mom's like, no. She works in a hospital, in an amazing hospital in Manhattan. Amazing. And we didn't go to that one because it's not the closest one here. We didn't think I had stones in my gallbladder. Who would have known? Like, what? And they said like 70% of people have it, but they just live with it, but it's not like big. Yeah, my stones were huge. I couldn't get laser removed because they were big, and there was multiple stones in there. So they told me I had to remove my gallbladder. So obviously that was a fact. Now they said that my gallbladder's infected. That's why I needed the 72-hour surgery. I was like, yeah, no, not in this hospital. I'm literally at this point yelling. Like, I'm yelling at them. I'm like, take my hello. When your babe interrupts you, okay, bye. So at this point they say that my gallbladder's infected, and if it is infected, they have to take it out in those 72 hours. I'm like, no, like, there's no way this hospital is, no way in this hospital. So my mom gets her little phone, makes a few phone calls to the workers at her hospital, tells them what's going on. They're like, no, let them release you, you come to us. They're literally not letting us. I'm like, who are you? Who are you? Who are you? So I'm a pretty nice person. I'm a very nice person, actually. I'm a very, very nice person until you get rude and disrespectful with me and basically are putting my life in jeopardy, saying me I'm gonna die, you know? So I'm like, no. So my mom, as I said, makes those phone calls, and she's telling that lady, she's like, yeah, no, she can't leave, like, she can't, like, I'm like, mom's like, she could. And then one doctor comes and he's like, all right, it's infected. She really has to get it out within 72 hours. The only way you could get it out is with the 2-day medication. And I was like, can she go home and come back? He's like, no. I'm like, no, I'm not, I'm like, no, I'm not staying here. So at this point I'm freaking out. I'm like crying. I'm like a wreck. Like, I'm a wreck. So another lady comes along. Thank you, doctor, for being the only doctor with common sense in that hospital. So I start Googling like gallbladder like removal surgeries or whatever, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, all right, what he just told you is wrong. Your gallbladder is not infected. Therefore, you do not need to remove your gallbladder right now. And I'm like, great. So that means I could leave. She said, yes, basically, let me just talk to my head surgeon and say if that's okay, because if it's not infected, it's up to you when you want to have the surgery. Just follow like a strict diet. This pain will go away, but we do not, they said that they do not promise that I will have another attack in a day, in a month, in a week, whatever. I could have had another like pain attack, whenever. So the day before I had donuts and fried food. That's what causes all of that to come up. And I had those stones in me for a while now. So, because they obviously grew so big. So I'm like, thank you so much. I literally was like, I'm about to hug you, like, you just saved my life, because you just said everything that I've been saying for the past 12 hours. So literally, we've been in this emergency room for like 13 hours at this point, and I'm about to lose it. I'm hungry. I haven't drank anything, literally nothing. I pee every 5 minutes. I have not peed the whole time I was there, maybe once before I left. So you just had to understand how like frustrated I was. They were telling me I'm gonna die if I don't get this removed. Like, you don't tell a person that. You don't. You just don't. Especially when it's not true. So now, comes the, you know, whatever, the day, the head surgeon still doesn't come, whatever. We're sitting there for 3 hours waiting for the head surgeon to come. We go to that lady, the first lady that said I need my surgery right away. Oh, we said you could leave. No. The doctor said that a surgeon was supposed to come here and tell us what to do. No, I literally rip out my IV. I'm like, if somebody doesn't come here in 2.5 seconds, I'm ripping out this IV and I'm leaving. So police is there because basically something very sad happened in that emergency room. I don't want to talk about it. I was like hysterically crying. But I'm like cursing at this point. I'm like, this is absolutely disgusting. Like, you guys basically said I'm gonna die. Like, you wasted 13 hours of my life. Like, it's just a bad situation. Like, not wasted 13 hours of my life, but basically, yeah, because I could have died from starvation. Like, at this point, like, I went home and I puked because I was so hungry. Like, what? So we go to a doctor the next 2 days. They tell me what the very nice lady said, that to have the surgery is basically up to me. They do not know when I'm going to have another attack. So now there's a 6-week recovery process, 2 to 10 days that you're in bed, 6 weeks you can't really do anything, you can't lift anything, you can't run, whatever. Track's coming up in March. So I'm like, alright, what, is there any possible way I can move this surgery? They're like, yeah, it's up to you. You could have the surgery in 2 days, you could have the surgery in 6 weeks, 12 years, whatever, but you have the potential of getting another gallbladder attack, which is very painful, and you have a higher chance of it getting infected. If it gets infected, you need immediate surgery. So I'm like, okay, is there anything I could possibly do? Whatever. He's like, alright, well, it's not inflamed anymore, so just like, they gave me a pretty strict diet of what I can and cannot eat. I couldn't eat like fried foods, donuts, stuff like that. Like, I had a list of things, and how, if I could eat certain foods but only a certain amount of it, so they put me on that. I followed the rules. So now let me basically talk about the actual surgery and the recovery of everything that happened. So track ended on Monday. Tuesday I had surgery. This was last week Tuesday. And basically they put me to sleep like they always do for every surgery. It was great. I woke up and basically I don't know what happened to me. I've never had such a bad wake up from anesthesia in my life. I was kicking, I was screaming, I felt like I couldn't breathe or whatever, and they wouldn't let my mom in. This is like right as I'm waking up, right after the surgery. I feel no pain, which is great, but I feel like I can't breathe. I feel like I'm what? And they're like, you need to relax, ma'am. They basically said I had like a panic anxiety attack and I was anxious, and they asked me if I have bad anxiety, and I was like, well, I have anxiety, but it's not bad. Like, I don't take medicine for it or whatever, you know? Like, who doesn't have anxiety when they're in high school and dealing with a bunch of shit, you know? So I don't know why. Maybe it was that anesthesia that made me wake up like that. And then they couldn't calm me down, so they put me back to sleep. So after I wake up, oh, I feel it so bad. It was, okay, the first 2 days were unbearable. I went through, as I said, many different surgeries, especially in this last year, and this is definitely the worst one ever. It was a laparoscopic surgery. I'm definitely saying that wrong. I can't pronounce half the words in the dictionary, but let's not even talk about that. So they said they were only gonna make 4 little incisions. They made a couple. So right now, right here, I'm gonna insert a picture. If you guys don't like dried up blood or like scars or anything, don't look at it. But this is basically how my stomach looked the day I got home. So I stayed in the hospital about 6-7 hours after the surgery, and as you can see, it's very bloated. The scars, I'm gonna have scars from it, that's why I keep saying scars. The incisions, everything is there. They only said they were gonna make 4. They obviously made more. They made 1 incision in the middle of my stomach where I already had a scar, so it's not like they made another one. And the other ones were like small ones, so hopefully they will heal. So the first 2 days after surgery were unbearable. I couldn't sit up by myself. I couldn't walk by myself. I couldn't do anything by myself. I literally laid there, like I couldn't even lay up like this. I had to lay flat, not even a pillow. Very, very painful. Even I had the very strong pain medication, and even when I had my nose surgery, I didn't even take pain meds. And they say that's like the worst surgery you could have. So, yeah, no, this was bad. I felt it inside, I felt it outside, I felt disgusting. It was just very bad. So the first 2 days were very bad. The third day comes along, and I could slowly sit up by myself. It's like I'm tossing, like, it took me like a good 6 minutes to sit up, but I could actually walk to the bathroom by myself, stuff like that. So I was making progress, and over time the pain was getting better. As I said, right now it's been almost a week since I had this surgery. I still do feel pain, not inside pain, which is great because that was unbearable. That was the 2 days that was unbearable. I couldn't sit up, nothing. On the ride from the hospital, from Manhattan to my house, I was hysterically crying in the car. I couldn't take it. It was so bad. The pain was very, very bad. So all I wanted to do is sleep. So that's basically all I did. I slept because I did not want to feel that pain. And the pain meds literally did nothing. So yeah, that is basically to update you guys on, I took a lot. So basically I got my gallbladder removed because I had stones in it. To sum up the story, that's basically it for this storytime video, and I want to thank everybody who watched the video to the end. I told myself I wouldn't make it more than 10 minutes, but obviously that did not happen. It's over 10 minutes. I just talk a lot and there was a lot of information to say. So I do want to apologize for the lack of videos, but you guys kind of have to understand I am a junior in high school. SATs, health, everything, just a lot is going on, so I do want to really apologize for that, and apologize for the background noise because my parents, my dad, my brother are really irking my soul right now because they're doing that on purpose, which is very not nice. Very, very not nice. But I did want to film this video kind of to explain to you guys and not leave you guys hanging for, you know, why I haven't been posting as often as I do sometimes, or random uploads. Like I would upload once in a week, I would upload for 2 weeks, I would upload 3 times a week, then I would upload once. Just kind of really explaining to you guys what's been going on the last couple of months, and yeah, so that is the biggest thing out of the way. Now I do have little things kind of here and there, still gonna go to doctors, blah blah blah, nothing crazy, but my videos should be back on track, especially school ends in a week. I'm probably gonna have a crap load of schoolwork to make up all those days that I missed, and I have to make up time, obviously. So just thank you guys for understanding, and thank you guys so much. Like, I love you guys so much. Like, I love you guys so much for just all the wishes and talking to me on Snapchat and Instagram and Twitter. I seriously love you guys so, so, so much. It really means a lot. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And tomorrow I'm going back to school. Here, but I have like 6 days left, so it's okay. Yeah, so I guess you guys found this video enjoyable. Just make sure you check the description for my social media networks self-promo if you guys want to be updated before, you know, anything happens like on here. And I'm really sweating wearing this bomber jacket, but it's so cute and I really wanted to wear it. And I will have the link to the website, the company that sent it to me, because I got this sent to me and it's freaking bomb and I love it. And I don't know, I wanted to wear it because it's so cute, but I'm sweating. It's like 80 degrees outside. Why did I do that? I don't know. Alright, I talked enough in this video. I love you guys all so, so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.